Yes, that's coming in. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to visit Russia once again in October to take part in the BRICS Summit. In fact, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has even invited Russian President Vladimir Putin to visit India for the India-Russia annual summit that will take place next year, that is 2025. Shashank Macho is still with me on the story. Shashank, we have seen a lot of bonhomie and we did see all those visuals coming out. So one thing is pretty clear. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Vladimir Putin, they share a very close bond. Now, we are seeing a lot of people eyeing this bond as something and also eyeing Prime Minister Narendra Modi as the one person who can maybe persuade Vladimir Putin to stop the war in Ukraine.
Well, at certain points in time, that has been a topic of conversation, whether India can step in and ensure that there is a mediatory role. In the past, Foreign Minister Jaishankar has also talked about this. He said very clearly that, look, if we are invited to take on a mediatory role, we are interested in doing so when both sides are interested in a diplomatic solution. But you have seen from time to time Prime Minister Modi weighing in on the situation, trying to urge diplomacy. Back in 2022, he met President Putin on the sidelines of the SCO summit, told him that this is not an era of war, and that was seized on as an example of how the Prime Minister was trying to, in his own way, tell President Putin, who is a close partner for several years, that, look, this conflict needs to end. You will not find a good military solution to this. And then again, much more explicitly, I think, in this visit, he said there are no solutions to be found on the battlefield. That was absolutely a critical message, right up there with trade, right up there with defense. One of the key messages of this visit was India sort of taking a step up and saying that actually you're not going to find a solution on the battlefield to the Ukraine crisis. You need to find a diplomatic solution. So you can see that India has tried to push on it. America has also acknowledged this role. I think it highlights that there are various ways to deal with the conflict. And America has gone in with the sanctions and the overt condemnation. And India, that's not India's style. India prefers to, behind closed doors, talk to leaders that it has close relationships with and sort of urge, give counsel and urge and push it and nudge it in a particular direction. That's what you can see in terms of the how Prime Minister Modi has approached this. But absolutely, playing a mediatory role in this conflict. We already know that India has been active on the back channel, passing messages to Russia from Western countries. That is something that has absolutely been happening. And this is just a more public stance from India saying that, look, we need diplomacy to happen here because it's not just a Russia-Ukraine problem. It's also a global problem. It impacts global stability. So that's absolutely going to be key.
Thank you, Shashank, for giving us all those details.